want you to think of your political idol and think of the reasons why you like him or her. We will go back to that later after we discuss the factors that affect the voting behavior of Filipinos. And there are actually 5. The first one is territorial. Politics is very, very territorial. Even our disputes are mostly because of territory. Also, in the Philippines, we have what we call as baluartes, where political candidates expect to receive higher priority and votes from constituents. A place becomes their baluartes because they have established a name for themselves, for their families in those provinces, cities, or municipalities. Also, not everyone can see it, but all politics is local. The things that are happening in our national government are projection of the things that are happening in our local government. Because of that, politics is controlled by local leaders. For example, you are running for president. The most logical thing to do is to get the endorsement of the mayor. It will help you big time because all throughout the campaign period, makakasiguro ka na merong mga kampanya para sa'yo. Also, because politics is controlled by local leaders, it results to political dynasties. There are dynasties that are ran by traditional politicians or trapos, but not all political dynasties are bad. Additionally, the ideal political strategy of the candidates last 2016 and 2019 has something to do with territory. There was a union of the North and the South, and the perfect tandem for a lot of people last 2016 was Duterte Marcos, the punisher of the South and the nation builder of the North. But it didn't happen because Marcos couldn't wait for Duterte. But he got the South through Miron Defensor Santiago, who was from Iloilo. And Duterte got his North through Alan Peter Cayetano. The next factor is policy. These are the programs, platforms, and plans of the candidates. But policy is also the weakest link between voters and candidates kasi hindi naman yun pinapansin ng mga tao. For example, Jambi Madrigal. This was from a long time ago but also one of my favorite examples because when she ran for senator in 2001, she laid out great plans. She laid out great platforms for Filipinos but she lost. And she tried again in 2004, and that time she doesn't have any platforms. But she had the endorsement of Judy Ann Santos. And of course, she won. Because Filipinos are personality-based voters. Personality, the third factor in the voting behavior of Filipinos. If you ask me what's a great way to become a politician, I would say be a celebrity first. Because in that way, a lot of people will get to know who you are. Personal connections and celebrity endorsements also play a big role in the voting behavior of Pinoys since we pretty much love the show business along with the rumors and the gossips that come with it. The family background of politicians also plays a big factor. One of the reasons why Pinoy won in 2010 is because his mother died. And pinag-usapan siya ng mga tao nun. Another one is because he was endorsed by his sister, the queen of all media, Chris Aquino. Grace Poe also used her family background the first time she ran for office. These are the actual campaign paraphernalia of Grace Poe with pictures of her parents and the campaign slogan, ang inumpisahan ng tatay ko, tatapusin ko. Ano nga bang inumpisahan ng tatay niya? Last but not the least, under personality is of course their personal backgrounds. We have someone so mahirap na nakaligo sa dagat ng basura, also have era para sa mahirap at yung sinasabi nilang mukhang mahirap. It's a good campaign strategy because there are a lot of poor Filipino voters and most of them, pag naka-feel ng connection sa tumatakbo na, ay, galing siya sa hirap. Alam niya ang pinagdadaanan namin. Alam niya ang pinagdaanan niya ang pinagdadaanan namin. Makukuha mo ang loob nila and they will eventually vote for you. We have Grace Poe again. She's not laking mahirap, but she has a story to tell. Her life can be made into a teleserye and Pinoys love teleserye. Iniwan siya sa simbahan at napulot ng batikang aktor. and who doesn't love stories like that? Now, if you like Miriam Santiago because of her wit, her intelligence, and the way na nilalampaso niya ang mga tao sa debate, then that's also on your personality. And then we have him. Filipinos want change, and then he came. So we kind of experimented. He has a strong personality, so much that he is not afraid of people hating him. At wala siyang pakialam, gagawin niya ang gusto niya, mumurahin niya ang lahat. At okay lang yun sa mga tao, maybe because we know that it is part of the change that he promised. And then we have patronage. This is the strongest link between voters and candidates. This is where politicians give material incentives to obtain support. And there are two types, casework and vote buying. Casework, these are the assistance given by politicians to constituents who have problems. So for example, pag merong nasunugan, magbibigay agad ng donasyon na may pangalan nila. Or it could be basketball courts, waiting sheds, project tule, or even scholarship programs. These are all casework. Another one is vote buying. It is not just money. Most of the time it is. But vote buying could also be the distribution of material goods to voters that takes place near election day. Now, poverty is really the bread and butter of patronage politics. Not many understand that it is a reasonable choice for the poor to sell their votes. But instead, they call them bobotantes. The last one is bandwagoning. In basketball, bandwagon fans are people who suddenly become fans of teams that are performing well. In politics, these are people who vote for candidates who are performing well in surveys. Because ayaw natin sa talunan. We have this mentality na kung sinong mananalo, ay dun tayo tataya. Now again, there are 5 factors in the voting behavior of Filipinos. The first one is territory, the second one is policy, and then we have personality, patronage, and bandwagon. Now, before you label people as bobotantes, you have to understand that there are a lot of factors in their voting behavior and marami silang nakikita sa isang kandidato na hindi natin nakikita. And before you label them again as such, you need to ask yourself if meron ka bang ginawa in order for them to be educated, in order for them to know kung sino dapat yung binoboto. Kasi mahirap yung lagi kang nagreklamo na wala ka namang ginagawa. Going back to your political idol and the reason why you like him or her, which I asked you a while ago, it says a lot about the kind of voter that you are. And wala namang problema doon because we have different preferences. It's just that I hope you realize that when casting our votes, our decisions must be issue-based because we need someone who knows what they're doing. We need someone who has ample knowledge in running a country. And maybe with that, we can attain the change that we really want.